Guys, I'm gonna call it. There is in fact hope for One Punch Man Season 3. You can actually pause One Punch Man now and not have to jump out the window. The moment I saw Tempest Wind clapping actually animated, I knew something good was coming. Us One Punch Man fans have been dragged through the mud, beaten up, and made fun of since One Punch Man Season 3 started airing. But now, it's our time. One Punch Man Season 3 Episode 8 just aired and we actually got a decently animated fight. Flashy Flash vs Hellfire Flame and Gale Wind, or Tempest Wind as it's now called in the anime, was one of those fights in the manga that I really feared was going to be absolutely butchered by Season 3's animation. I was prepared for the absolute worst going into this episode, but after I watched it, I fell down on my knees and thanked God. The fight was actually, dare I say it, good. Yes, I said it. The animation in a fight in One Punch Man Season 3 was actually good. There were of course some hiccups here and there, but the animation overall was actually decent. We even got our first impact frame in this fight. An impact frame, guys, in One Punch Man Season 3. Am I dreaming? Somebody wake me up. And adding more good news, no significant parts of all 4 of the chapters this episode covered was cut out in the anime. Yes, episode 8 covered 4 whole chapters of the One Punch Man manga, the most any episode this season has covered so far, albeit it only covered half of chapter 94 and 97, but this is still a win. So I have a theory here. I think One Punch Man Season 3 might just pull off a blue lock. We have 4 episodes left in this season with 2 of the most challenging fights to animate in the manga yet to be animated. If JC's tab keep up the momentum with this decent to good animation we saw here in episode 8, One Punch Man Season 3 might end like Blue Lock did. What I mean is, Blue Lock, just like One Punch Man, had terrible animation throughout its season until its very last episode, with the last episode of the season having absolutely peak animation, completely changing up from what it was in its previous episodes. One Punch Man Season 3 might just be doing the same thing here. This episode is a sign, because if not, then the good animation in this episode probably means the end is near. And it's funny because the last time we saw Hellfire Flame and Gale Wind in the anime was the last time the season actually had decent animation. Tempest Wind and Hellfire Flame really carried the animation of One Punch Man Season 3 till their deaths. Flashy Flash walking away after defeating the monsters, talking about how they lacked training like his Saitama in Season 1, really set the tone here. JC's staff actually cooked here. It's hard to believe this level of animation could have been what we would have been getting if Bandai Namco actually gave the animation studio enough time to, animate the season. In some of the fighting scenes, I don't know if I was the only one that noticed, but it looked like the animation switched to 3D for some moments every now and then. We already saw them use 3D a little in the Garou vs Orochi fight, but here, though they used it again, it was barely noticeable. All the panels from the manga that I thought were just gonna be still frames in the anime were actually animated. I was fairly surprised, especially with all the scenes where it was all just flashes of light. I really do feel confident now going into the next major fight, being Child Emperor versus my boy Phoenix Man. JC staff, please don't lower the quality of animation you gave us here in the next episode. I can boldly say the quality of animation in episode 8 was actually peak, for Season 3 standard. It's not perfect, but it's good compared to the dog shit animation we've been getting. I would also like to submit a formal apology to the animators at JC staff and the director. On behalf of all One Punch Man fans, we are sorry we harassed, insulted, and forced you off the internet. Please don't let us down in the next episode, or we're gonna harass you even more. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Anyways, that's all from me. Please like the video and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.